All right, cue the theme song and let's get started. Hello, everybody. My name is Dave. I am one of the founders of Art of Listening Records, and this is our podcast.
Yeah, so where did you want to start? Do we want to discuss albums? I mean, I can
Yeah.
I can just throw off seven or eight.
How about you kind of give your top 5 and then we can kind of go from there. I think I've got like 4 and then my 5th spot I'm like, okay, really thinking hard about this. But yeah, if you guys maybe give me some inspiration because we probably have
I wish like Spotify, Apple Music would give you like you've listened to this album 20 plus times, 30 plus times.
Yeah, I agree because like you do like the end of year thing and it says, oh, this is your most listened to album, but I'm like, okay, but what about the ones that I listened to like throughout the years?
In the last 5 years, how many times have I listened to this album?
I feel like that is something that they need to add because before I guess we jump in, like I'm much more of a like an album person opposed to
I go front to back.
Yeah, I think a front to back album is much better than a playlist, but I also like to curate playlists very specifically to make it sound like it's an album. So like
I'll put playlists together of things but I find myself going back to specific albums for the playability.
Yeah. I'll do a playlist and I'll listen to it all the way through. Like I'll try to like put the songs in order, and then I'm like, oh wait, I actually hate this. This is why I just listen to an album instead. Even if there's like songs on the album, I'm like, I really can't stand this. And there'll be like some of these albums we talk about. I'm like, there is a couple songs I'm like, you actually don't really like that song on there, but the rest of the project I really love. So
yeah, but one out of 20 songs, right?
Yeah, I'll take that.
You can listen to a 3-minute song and go, well, it's over now. The next song is the best song, or continue down the line. But I think one of my top 5. I don't think I'll do a specific order because it changes every day. But Pyromania by Def Leppard.
Okay.
1983, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. It's in my opinion one of their best albums. Just for listening, the listening factor, they brought in a new guitarist. They fired their old one.
Yeah. And
he just brought this spirit of playability that you didn't really experience in the first 2 albums.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But people will complain and say that Hysteria, their 4th album, is their best album, but I'll die on the high horse of Pyromania being their best.
What in Pyromania is like hits for you opposed to like other people? Because like that's
true.
People
what
have
speaks.
like an artist or a band where like this is definitively their best album and like it's the majority's thing. But I think it is very interesting.
I think it's the raw sound.
Okay.
Right. 1983, they're still experimenting, trying to figure out who they truly are. But Phil Collin came in and just shredder of a solo guitarist, and brought in this sound that they didn't have. And the producer at the time, right, the way that they produced the album and brought it together and curated all their sounds made it a much more raw and emotional album compared to Hysteria. Which sounds more digitally enhanced and you listen to it and you can tell where they've overlaid tracks and gone back into the booth and just brought in more lyrics and more guitar and to make the song bigger in a music sense. But
like when you're playing it on the radio or such. But I think there is like a twang that's been lost throughout like a lot of music making over the years where that raw, like, I mean, it's not acoustic per se, but like that acoustic-y sound where it doesn't sound as fine-tuned. Yeah,
it's not perfect, right? You can hear the mistakes or the miscounts or the breaths when the singer's singing. I think a lot of the newer stuff, not a lot of the bigger artists, even to this day, still you can hear them breathe in. But some of the people that are making music nowadays want to be perfect from the start. And I think that's why I lean toward this album, is because they know they're not perfect.
Yeah.
But they're famous enough in the sense of being a rock group, and they can come into this album and just do what they want. And they know people will buy it, but they wrote amazing songs at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's, I mean, I don't know if Def Leppard's done this, but I'm sure they probably have. Like, nowadays, they'll do, like, a re-release of an album, but, like, try to tune it up, and it's, like, it's just not the same.
Yeah, they did. Van Halen's done it, where they digitally enhanced the old tracks, the masters. And
they did that with didn't they do that with Dark Side of the Moon?
Yep.
And it just does not sound the same as, like, the original version.
I'll listen to the vinyl before I listen to the digital version.
Yeah, and I think that's probably a discussion we can have for another time. Like,
for sure.
Vinyl is like the honest, like, purest form of listening to music, right?
I got the hookups.
Yeah. But, anyways, yeah, okay. So you like the raw?
Yeah, I prefer, in my mind, that's just how my musical ear listens to it, is the rawness of a track compared to the overly dubbed and enhanced.
They'll actually put some time and care into
making
the songs.
You can tell that they were working hard. I'm not saying that anybody that sits in the booth and just fine tunes everything isn't working hard, because that takes a lot of time too. I am no musician at all. I don't know how a lot of that type of studio work happens, but I prefer the raw sound over the enhanced.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so that's not number one, but it's one.
Yeah, that's one of my 5.
You want to do like round robin here?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well,
yeah, go around. Either one.
You're next.
I want to say mine is "Anti" by Rihanna.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that album is just, like, you can tell that's that's like one of the albums you can tell that she actually put her sound into it. Like that's her. Like, she actually took the time and effort to produce something that she felt was her sound, instead of instead of just like the, like the producers or the title agencies.
There is
the record labels.
It was her brainchild.
Going through, I mean, she's been writing on that for how long now, too?
Yeah. 10, 15 years,
respect.
Honestly.
I mean, we all want more Rihanna in our life.
2016.
But, yeah, she hasn't made anything since then, right?
She's just had, like, a couple singles for movies, but nothing since
There is
that.
a couple songs on here, like, looking at it, and if those play on the radio or in, like, a store or whatever, like, people just know it and like it, Those are just, like, I don't care what age you are.
She made some hits.
Takes over your brain.
Yeah. I mean, that album was so good that, like, she came out, 8 years later almost at the Super Bowl and performed it, and, like, people were still, like, so excited about it. That's actually a very...
Yeah.
I didn't expect you to say that, but that is a good album, yeah.
Yeah, that's, like, all time. I think that's my number one all time.
Definitive,
yeah.
Is there any songs on there that, like, really stick out?
Love on the Brain, Close to You.
Yeah.
Close to You is my and my wife's song. So
okay.
That was the song that really connected us on our wedding night and stuff. So at the reception, just did a little slow dance to us. Quite nice. That one hits, and then Love on the Brain.
Shows how much I remember about your wedding.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, Anti.
Anything else on that?
I don't know, just
like, takes you back to a time.
Like before, like when it first came out, Needed Me was one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just pretty much all of them.
I didn't experience that album until about 2017.
That's one of the albums I can just sit and just listen to over and over on repeat. Like every song for me is a hit.
I just love that. Again, I did not expect you to say that. So like, and it's a good album. Like, I'm not trying to clown it. I just was like, that's awesome. Yeah, that is a good album.
It's a solid album.
Yeah, I mean,
even with Work on there, Work's probably
Work's great.
It's a good song.
It just got overplayed.
overplayed.
But
which means
you can say that about anybody's biggest hits is you get tired of it after a minute, but then you don't listen to it for a couple of years and then you come back to it and it just immediately you're like, I remember why I love this song.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's like where I kind of went with my list is like, okay, what takes me back to a time that like it's just a good time in life, or like an experience, or something along those lines.
It's memories.
Or what has had me like have self-thought or like inflection or like reflection of just deeper thinking, I guess. And I think those are like my two big things. And like when I listen to music, is there a time that I can put on this, or like a trip or a mindset of how I was feeling.
You reflect.
Yeah. That's kind of where I go with like my favorite albums of all time. I think I don't really have a particular order. I could not.
Oh, it's difficult.
Yeah, I could barely shave it down to 5. But I think the first one I'll bring up is again, this is more my genre music. I like my hip hop. I like my R&B. I've been getting into some alt rock and indie rock lately, but my main thing is hip hop, and I'm not gonna be, not gonna feel embarrassed by that. But J. Cole 2014 Forest Hills Drive, that is and forever will be my favorite J. Cole record, and one of my favorite records of all time. Pretty much front to back, it is just, to me, like one of the the best forms of like hip hop rap artistry, like just soulful beats, talking about real things that don't just reflect to like one person. Like I think relatable things. That's the kind of his like the joke. Like he's a chill, relatable guy. That's why people.
That's kind of how he's always been as an artist, though.
Yeah. But I do want to say, like I said earlier, "Wet Dreams." I can't stand that song. I mean, I like it more now, but everybody used to be like, "Oh, that's the best song," and it's like, okay, that song is actually just funny one time.
Yeah.
And then you listen to it again, especially in the format of the album. Like, okay, I just skip it sometimes, but
it's like White Iverson for me.
Yeah, exactly. Like it wasn't bad the first few times.
No hate on Post at all. I love him, but the more a song gets overplayed or talked about, the more you're kind of like, well, I'm gonna stay away.
It's like, this is the one thing that blew you up, but like it's by far like one of your worst songs, at least in my opinion. I think that's kind of how it goes. But Love Yours is a song that I could play whenever I'm feeling down, happy, want to just vibe. Like it's something that just hits like the heart. When you like feel it, like just like
you get the goosebumps
like hair. Like that's one of them. Apparently, the intro is freaking awesome. That album, it just takes me back to a time when I was first really actually getting into music and listening to it and like trying to, I guess, quote unquote vibe with it. And that's definitely up there for me. So also
I agree with that.
GOMD.
Yes.
Great song. You're welcome, Dave.
Tale of Two Cities.
A Tale of Two Cities.
Goes hard every time.
Yeah, that beat is so great. But that's one of them on there.
Yeah, I grew up listening to a lot of the older stuff, 70s, 80s rock.
Yeah.
And that's, you're influenced by your upbringing.
For sure.
And so I didn't get into hip hop until
Tool scared me. My dad really liked Tool, but it freaked me out. So I kind of moved away from a lot of that.
The rock metal stuff.
But now, let me tell you, like Creed, Linkin Park, and my dad listened to a lot of that.
I already know Linkin Park's coming up at some point in this conversation, but
you never know.
That's a good place.
But I didn't get into hip hop until probably about high school, when you could
listen to your own music,
pirate things, and now I buy everything. I won't lie. I don't steal anymore, but don't steal your albums. Buy them from the artist if you can directly. That's where they get their money. But
having a physical copy of an album is
having a physical copy, buying their limited edition vinyls and things.
It is.
I think that's one of the coolest parts is to buy those and display and put them in a frame.
Collecting all those different colorways of the vinyls too.
That's where my money gets spent sometimes, is getting each and every single splatter or the gold, the blue, whatever design they decide to put out. I bought the Zoe, so I can't remember I think it's called Zoe Tropic or something like that.
What's that?
The Linkin Park just put out that on one of their new albums.
Oh, the Echo.
And as it spins on the turntable, it's like a moving picture.
Oh, what? That's sweet.
And so I was like, I immediately snagged that up.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll spend the money on that,
cool.
you know.
Yeah.
But my influences are directly from my father, and so I grew up listening to the rock and alt rock, and you were talking about getting you back to a place when you're younger. You know, what song influenced you, and that brought into my head 30 Seconds to Mars, Jared Leto.
Yeah.
And their album A Beautiful Lie from 2005. Just, I can remember listening to that one on repeat all the time. And
what's the big song off that one again?
Oh man. Well, there's The Kill, A Beautiful Lie, Attack. Those are the first three tracks are like the biggest tracks.
Okay.
And then you get into their next album, which was, I believe, let me pull up their discography, was This Is War from 2009. And that one was Hurricane and Kings and Queens and This Is War are like their biggest hits off of that one. At least from when I listened to it.
I feel like there was some of that playing in my household, and I feel like
I can guarantee
that album was probably more so played.
Their second album from 2005. As soon as I throw it on, it just brings me back to like being a younger kid, and rainy days. You're younger. You don't have an iTunes library or a Spotify, or what was the other one that everybody had in 2011, 2012?
Well, yeah, SoundCloud. There was.
There's SoundCloud.
Everybody was using Pandora.
That was Pandora Radio, but I never had that, so I was always on my iPod with the 6 albums that I had on my library.
Bring back the iPod Nano. Yeah.
Bring me back, bring back something.
That used to be my most valuable possession.
Something with the headphone jack that I can just plug in and have my music on. I don't need it on a phone.
Yeah.
But that album from 30 Seconds to Mars is notoriously big in my brain.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
I recommend him. Yeah. Jared Leto's a good actor, but he's a better musician.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'll probably get down with the musician Jared Leto more than the actor person. He's kind of a creep, but that's a podcast for another day.
Yeah, that's for the movie side.
I feel like that's something I'd probably get into more now. I definitely love my kind of like rock, alt rock right now. That's kind of the phase. You become a dad and you just kind of like, I mean, not that I don't like my rap music, but I do feel like I'm much more out of tune with like some of the newer artists today.
Oh yeah.
But I shouldn't even be sounding that old. I'm not that old, but I kind of am at the same time,
You hit the level of you don't know what the kids are listening to anymore.
Yeah.
And you're like, let me go check out this other stuff because this was good when I was growing up, but I listened to the other stuff.
Yeah. There's a pendulum of like, you know what? Creed's kind of cool now. And saying that to someone
at Super Bowl halftime show 2026.
Yeah. I mean that's a funny time of life where you kind of hit that. You're like, oh, you know what? I actually like this more than
this was not bad. I just wanted to listen to rap. I just wanted to listen to this.
To be against the grain.
You're just like, what are these kids listening to these days? I don't understand it.
Yeah. But I can listen to that album all day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Keeping the flow with alternative rock. My other album is Meteora, Linkin Park.
Nice.
Linkin Park's coming up.
That's a good one.
That just takes me back to, I grew up listening to rock with my dad, R&B with my mom, and so Linkin Park's really the people who kind of got me into searching for hip hop, and Meteora is one of the albums that really
I think Linkin Park's a
drove
good
that
like
into me.
driver from like someone that maybe hasn't been into hip hop or like or even R&B yet. That's like they're like a very black white band, you know? Yeah. I don't know if I could say that, but yeah, that's kind of where I think a lot of people
their influence.
Yeah, I mean that's why Jay-Z did an album with them, right? Like,
yeah.
The way that they've influenced the music scene.
Album was nuts.
Yeah.
I do agree. Meteora is an amazing album.
Yeah. Well, that's got Numb on there. Phenomenal song.
Got Numb, Somewhere I Belong, Lying From You. Easier to Run is fantastic.
Yes, this is definitely something I listened to a lot growing up. My father, big Linkin Park guy.
Hard to believe it's 22 years old.
You know what? This is going to sound so lame, but we used to go on YouTube, like old YouTube. People used to make like edits and like music, like mixtapes to Dragon Ball Z with Linkin Park. And I thought it was beyond the coolest thing. That's what really got me into Linkin Park was like listening and watching Dragon Ball Z.
I have memories of watching videos of like Rise Against and there's another one. I'm trying to remember the group, but you know, you restart. Yeah,
watch
the whole video over. That was sick.
I've seen in my entire life.
That lyric video was awesome.
Yeah. So when I hear Linkin Park, when you said that, I was like, just looking through some of these songs. I'm like, oh my gosh, that takes me back to the time.
I feel like a lot of people get it because like Hybrid Theory is another great one. But like some of these songs on Meteora get confused with the ones on Hybrid Theory. Like, oh, I thought it was on this album.
Yeah, if you ask somebody that didn't know their discography, they would say that some of these songs came from.
Yeah, I mean, you look at like
first one.
In the End, Numb, Faint. What's the other one that's like really big that everybody knows?
Place for My Head.
Yeah, Crawling.
Everybody knows Crawling.
Everyone thinks that Crawling's not Linkin Park song.
That's actually nuts to me. I did not know that.
Isn't that crazy? Everyone thinks that's everyone thinks it's like an Iridescent song. But isn't Crawling, it's Linkin Park.
Yeah.
Or my
Crawling's Linkin Park. Crawling's Linkin Park.
Mm-hmm.
But I swear every time I bring that up, someone's like, no, it's Iridescent or...
You're like,
Evanescence or whatever it's called, yeah. Yeah, it's a great album.
But you can look at the influence that Chester Bennington brought to Linkin Park for Hybrid Theory and moving on into Meteora.
Yeah.
Just the lasting effect. You see on the comments they have their new singer and I'm not going to...
She's good, but like, it's not the same.
You know, Mike Shinoda has done a great job keeping the band together, and I respect him for that because you want to keep going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I get annoyed by the comments on their videos saying it died with Chester, but...
It's just like a new era, but like, I mean, you brought up like Led Zeppelin earlier. Like they've had how many different people leave and join the band. Like that's kind of how it was back in the day. Like
how many artists have had multiple studio artists come in to help record, and then they have their touring band, right?
Yeah.
Find your groove.
You know, at the end of the day, if you're making music and you're enjoying music,
if it's still like the same, like you could play off those same sounds and make new sound and new visions with your band, like having new people. Like
if you're enjoying what you're doing and want to keep doing what you're doing, keep doing it. And Linkin Park is such a big name that they'll just sell out shows no matter what they do, and the real fans will go to the show.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's still Linkin Park too, but it's just like a new.
It's just a new chapter.
Yeah, a new chapter of Linkin Park, right? It's the same type of vibe music. Like they're still keeping it pretty much true to themselves, but it's like just differently.
You still have Mike Shinoda, who just phenomenal at finding different artists and bringing them together and just producing music in one of the best ways possible.
Yeah,
just made music for literally everybody.
Oh, honestly.
Yeah.
It's what brings us together.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P. Chester.
R.I.P. Chester.
The thing with that too is like, I think those artists that kind of are like at wit's end. That's when you make your best music too, and you can kind of. I think towards the end, as sad as that sounds, is like some of their best stuff as well. Like,
yeah, some of the best work comes from the people that are hurting the most.
The worst. There is people like the one that I'm going to bring up next. Probably that his worst time was some of his worst music, but you know, you can bounce back. Most of the time, it's like, oh my gosh, this is like something that hits home with like everybody, you know. But yeah, Linkin Park. That's a great one. Meteora. My next one is Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi is a big influence, and we'll probably talk about this in the next segment, but one of the most influential artists of all time.
Oh yeah.
Talk about like punk, indie, R&B, hip hop. Like it's like genreless music was what he makes. I think he's got a rock album, you know.
Yeah. You couldn't pin him to a single genre.
No, and I think every album that he puts out, for the most part, like it's a mix of everything, and you're like that. I like that. That's my type of music. Is like it's just good music. But Man on the Moon 2 specifically is an album to me that like
Rager.
really hits home. And front to back, there's not one song that I don't love. The best one, obviously, on the album is Erase Me with Kanye, and yeah, I mean that one's just a great, like, that's a rock album. That's like a punk rock song, right? Like it's not a hip hop song. But then you go to like The End on the album, the song The End. It's like that is just a hip hop head song, like backpack bars. And then you go to like All Along, it's just like a ballad of being like lonely, and like back in the day that did hit, you know, especially in high school, you know, being kind of lonely. And then you go Trapped in My Mind. It's kind of like a dance song in a way, but it's like a sad dance, like EDM-ish song. It's just got like a catchy beat. Freaking Marijuana. It's another good one. You know, it's just like it's not even like a hip hop song. I don't even know what to, like. It's like a pop song, in a way. But I just think that this is a great album if you're like trying to experiment and figure out what you're into, because every song is like a different genre.
It's a different experience.
But all like ties together at the end too, like a guy that's like...
He's an amazing storyteller in his own...
Yeah. Like Mr. Rager himself is like a dude that like is trying to figure out where he's at in life, is sad and lonely, doesn't feel like he fits in anywhere. That's hence why there's a different amount of vibes on each song.
But, I mean, you look at the first track versus the final track, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like he's just... It's like a ballad of a guy finding out where he is, his place in like life and the world and the universe, and it's like
his new album was really good too.
Yeah, Free was good.
Free was solid.
I mean, there's only a few really bad albums, and I even go back to them sometimes. I'm like, you know, there's some songs like Speeding Bullet to Heaven. That's what I was saying. Like he was at his worst time. That was not a good album by any means, but there is a couple that like, you know what, in the right mood, kind of like the song. But you know, Kid Cudi's whole career is like not fitting into a specific genre or a thing, and like I don't know, it's like cool as a kid to like figure out like that's a truly unique guy. Like just be into what you're into.
He just
like,
makes
be
what he's
confident in
feeling.
what you're into, because that's what he is. Like he's weird in real life. He's weird in his music.
Yeah, he's
like
he saved the world with Bill and Ted.
Exactly. Yeah, right. now he's like actually a pretty good actor, acclaimed actor too.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed the things that he's done.
Yeah, I mean, he made an animated series, or did you guys see that? Like the animated movie. It's freaking awesome. He made an album to go with it, and that album is like freaking one of my favorite things too. I almost put that on there.
Oh, Intergalactic! I haven't watched that yet.
He's working on another one.
Go watch it. It's very good. It's just a cool, like, it's almost like an animated musical. I don't know, like it puts the songs on the album in there. Anyways, yeah, Kid Cudi's, we'll probably talk about it again, but yeah, that Man on the Moon 2 is one of the most influential albums for me, and like I feel like a lot of people. Yeah, so.
I can agree.
I agree.
We're rounding out halfway point. Number 3. I gotta go with Fall Out Boy.
Okay.
Namely.
Nice.
It's hard because
there's a lot of albums from Fall Out Boy that
their albums are good. I won't lie. I find myself going back to From Under the Cork Tree and Save Rock and Roll most of the time.
Okay.
I knew who they were, but I never had their albums in my collection. So I lean more towards Save Rock and Roll from 2013, just because that was when I feel like everything was starting to change in around the world, and they were getting bigger and bigger. And my songs, Know What You Did in the Dark,
that song
just
is awesome.
Popped.
Speaking of music videos, that music video is awesome, if I recall right.
But Young Volcanoes is a good song, and I mean they've collaborated with so many different artists over the years, and they just seem like an all around fun group of guys to be in the studio with.
Yeah, talk about a band that's like anybody's into it. Like, I feel like everybody has a song.
Everybody knows them and enjoys their music.
Yeah.
And like we were talking about earlier, is I can listen to this album from start to finish 2 or 3 times a day if
you're not getting sick of it.
And I'm not getting tired of it. Then, sometimes I get tired of stuff and I have to take a break from it, but I find myself going back to them quite a bit. Even their new album, So Much for Stardust, I wish I could have gotten to see them live. Tickets were too expensive.
Yeah.
But that album, I don't know. I think they're just really good at putting out. They're a good sandwich band. They start the album strong and end the album strong.
Have the peaks and valleys.
And you get a bite of lettuce where you're like, that's not the greatest, but it's still good.
Yeah,
and then
but it's got like
substance. The next track is the meat, and then you move on through, and I could talk about them for a while too, but we should continue on the line.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for listening. Please join us again on the Art of Listening Records podcast.